So, would you be able to introduce yourself and say a little bit about yourself and how you found the Bourne Water Dragons?
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, my name is Graham Ashworth. I'm 69, which means I'm not in the top priority groups for the COVID vaccine yet, sadly. I was a town planner, working in different places in local government. Moved down here 30 years ago. My last job, I worked for New Forest, and I retired, 5 years ago now, I think it was. And I'm absolutely loving retirement, to be honest.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Even in these times, but in normal times, I can do what I want. Now, how I got into Bourne Water Dragons was, in normal times, I'm quite involved in U3A activities. You know U3A, University of the Third Age? Mm-hmm. This was, July, not this year, last year, wasn't it? July last year. Sorry, we're in another year now, aren't we? So, July 2018.
Yeah.
With a group of mostly U3A people, we went to Tuscany, as we do every year now. In the group, it's connected with an art history thing I do. But in the group, I met David, who I know you've already interviewed, David Hardman.
Yeah.
Who's become a very good friend, actually. He was already involved in the Water Dragons, largely through his partner who died through cancer.
Yeah, Jan.
I was about, 6 months on from quite a major cancer operation at the time, which went very well. As far as I know, it's all, all been dealt with. And David was telling me about the Water Dragons, and I was eligible because of what I'd had. And then that was in July, and then a few weeks later, when I think it was maybe late August, I can't remember, and David said, "Come along," and I went along, and I thought it's fantastic. The first time I did it, we went from where the boat is kept up on Iford, on the playing fields near Iford.
Yeah.
We went down the Stour, across the harbour. Somebody had seen us who was down at the beach right at the far end, and they phoned us up and said, "Come along and have a drink at our beach hut." So we went the whole length of Christchurch Harbour.
I think I've seen pictures from this.
Me too.
Oh, sorry.
I think I've seen photographs from when this happened.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. So we had, I don't know, Prosecco's or something at the end, and then it was starting to go back, and we came back in the dark in a lovely, calm, moonlit night, and I instantly took to it. So from then onwards, apart from when we were away, I was doing it every week, and until we were stopped first of all early last year by the storms and the river level. And I think it's the last time we went out, we were totally out of control, and couldn't keep up with, couldn't get the thing under control against the current. And then of course COVID. So it's a year since I've done it.
Wow.
But I'm still in touch with the people, with some of the people, and we had arranged, even that's stopped now, we had arranged monthly walks together. But they're a lovely lot of people, and I really enjoy it.
Oh, good.
That's amazing.
Have you been in dragon boating before you started? No. You've never done it before?
Never before. I'd seen it in Hong Kong, and a friend of mine once, when I was in Hong Kong, was competing in a massive international thing, and they were, I don't know, 50, 100 boats coming across Stanley Bay. It looked fantastic, but no, I'd never had a go myself. I tried a couple of years ago sailing down at Hengistbury Head, but those tiny little dinghies, I kept capsizing.
Yeah.
My joints really ached. I'm probably too old for that, and I didn't really take to that. In fact, they failed me. I did level 1, then I tried level 2, and they failed me and told me I'm not safe in a boat. Um, and but I really enjoy the dragon boat. There's something about it, about, with the other people, lovely people, and when you're all paddling in unison, in the river, you get quite a speed up, but it's still very calm, very peaceful. There's no noise,
Oh, that's so lovely.
Yeah, I can't wait till we can do it again, but
I can't
maybe
believe it's been a
maybe
year.
April.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
So before you found the Bourne Water Dragons, were you part of any other communities, and how does being a part of Bourne Water Dragons community make you feel, and how does it help you? So training with them every week, seeing the same people.
Oh Lord, you're asking me to search back a bit now, because we haven't done it for a year. I play golf once or twice a week. I took this up since, but I play pétanque, and I do that about 3 times a week, balls. And I joined Muscly Pétanque Club, which, we could keep going with that most of the time through lockdown. I have friends that I meet up with, and groups of friends. Nothing to do with the Water Dragons, but there's a group of men friends where we're all retired, and we meet up every Thursday in a cafe and have a good chat.
Aww.
And some of us go off and play golf afterwards. So that's a sort of a community.
Yeah.
So what's the rest of your question?
Just how being a part of community makes you feel.
Oh, I think the Water Dragons, they're very welcoming, friendly people.
Yeah.
And it's definitely been an asset to my life to be part of it. Yeah.
And with any of these communities, do you use any form of social media?
As little as I can, to be honest. When we're in lockdown, like my Thursday morning group that I told you about, we have a Zoom chat. But I don't know, it's not the same as meeting up in person.
No.
I look at the web page for the Water Dragons, when there's not much to put on it at the moment.
Yeah.
And on WhatsApp, several times, at various groups, your WhatsApp groups I belong to, but ding, 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 and I look, and most days there's several messages from the, it says the paddlers, and I put my odd thing on now and then. I don't think I did. Sorry, as I say, put straight my memory back now. In the previous lockdown, we used to have regular chats and quizzes.
Oh, that's nice.
With the Water Dragon people.
Yeah.
Maybe now we're in lockdown again, that'll start up again. I don't know.
Yeah. So with the Bourne Water Dragons, something I know that Mary and Christine are very keen on at the minute is that, and David also, they want to attract new people to the Bourne Water Dragons. So when you go back out, more people have joined. Do you think, say you had never heard of the Bourne Water Dragons and then you came across them online, so you did use social media a bit more, what would you like to see if you were someone new? What maybe would you be looking for that would encourage you to join?
That's a good question. Because myself, I probably wouldn't join something I'd just seen online. I mean, the reason I got involved in the Water Dragons was through meeting David.
Yeah.
And saying come along, and that's the same. Like when I say, during the year I've got involved in playing pétanque, it's just the same. I met somebody who said, I think you'll enjoy it, come along. And it's quite a parallel, actually.
Yeah.
But myself, I'm not really somebody who does a lot of stuff, through online things.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Other than, I do things like my son. One of my sons, he was living in Japan for 4 years, and he's just moved to Spain. And the only way we can chat with him is online, So I use it for that. But it's the personal connections. I mean, I remember just before we had to stop. Do you know Lane? I'm sure you know Lane.
Yeah,
no? Yeah. I think he's sort of based at the university, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's how we know him. Yeah.
and he's got some sort of men's group, which I didn't go to, but he invited some of them along, and we had a session, and I think some of them really liked it. And then that was the last time we could do it, I think, because of then, you know, we had the lockdown.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of way I'd get involved in it, through personal contact.
Yeah, like word of mouth
rather,
as well.
and then I'd look it up online, and I'd look at the website and see what's going on here, which is what I did, you know. And I still do. I still have a look at the website, but I've never before got involved in anything. Oh, I did actually. You know, I got involved in a choir a bit ago,
Oh.
which was I saw something like a poster, and then it said, you know, look at the website, and I did look at the website and got involved in it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So more like flyers and posters rather than actual social media.
Yeah, but that's probably just, you know, because I'm, you know, different generation. But
And one of the things Mary and Christine actually mentioned was people hearing of it through healthcare professionals. So people, when they were coming to the end of their treatment and things, nurses were showing them the Bourne Water Dragons. Do you think if you were in that situation and instead maybe your health professional had shown you a video of the Bourne Water Dragons, would that inspire you to maybe have a look into it?
It might have actually. I mean, nothing like that happened.
Yeah.
You know, I went after my surgery. I went back for the checkups and things, and was told all is well, and you know, was just relieved. I mean, things were on offer that I didn't take up because I didn't think I needed them.
Yeah.
About, you know, extra support and that sort of thing. I had the district nurse coming around. I told her she didn't need to. I said, you know, I'll contact you if you need to. I was very fortunate. But yes, that is the sort of thing, you know, a bit of personal involvement, and that's the sort of thing which could have, well, if it hadn't happened to another direction, which could have got me involved. Yeah.
That's good to know. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So through lockdown, what have you done to keep up your fitness, and have you been able to train and do any other exercises to keep up your fitness while you've been in lockdown?
Yeah, just before you joined, Emily, I was talking with D, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you call it, yeah. And I was saying we just got back from today's 5-mile walk or so.
Nice.
Which tend to do most days, actually. Actually, yesterday, oh Lord, we set off on a walk, and I have an app which, you know, I looked to start off with, and it stopped working, and I hadn't downloaded it, and then we got quite a bit lost. And I think by the time we came back, it was closer to 8 or 9 miles, 8.5 miles, I think, and it was going dark.
Yeah.
But we went from Branksome Chine all to Bournemouth Pier, all the way up to Coy Pond, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then got totally lost, and then eventually wandering round. Then eventually found the top of Branksome Chine and back to where we started. But today was just about 5 miles around Hengistbury Head. But most days I do that, yeah. And I've been playing golf, but nice. not the sort of, this is why when we start the Dragon Boat again, I'll need to start firming up the top half, because I haven't been doing, you know, exercise my legs a lot. Yeah. Quite flabby up the top half. So, yeah, because it is quite. Have you ever tried it in the Dragon Boat?
No.
Christy said that she wanted to get us involved when we can. Yeah. But I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds so lovely.
Yeah, and I'm sure you could come along and have a go. But it is quite hard work. You know, when it depends how many are in the boat. You know, when it's quite full and everybody's paddling in unison, it feels really nice. Actually, it's quite calm and glides along quite a speed. But you don't have to do it quite so hard. But sometimes, you know, especially when I had a couple of training sessions, a chap called Tim comes down and does some, and he really puts you through it. You know.
So you mentioned there, like your land sports, so like walking and golf and things. And then you mentioned how like you were like gliding on the boat and it was really nice. Is there something like about the water element of Bourne Water Dragons? It was a water sport and it's quite unique that attracted you to that. Do you think it's more calming on the water than maybe another land sport?
No, there is something there. And as I said, maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I tried sailing because I thought, you know, living near the water, you know,